Hello guys, I am to all of you in my water resources class. Today's topic is the cause, preventive and curative measures of waterlogging. Dear boy, when today it discuss on which region waterlogged area has been developed, what is the preventive and curative measures? What is? Okay, so let us start today's topic. At that time of the year again, the rain are pouring and the water seem to be going now where indeed the land is all soaked up and water is just using up. So people are forecast to abandon their homes, and while in the farm crop are shrinking under the water and some are dying out. Recognize the symptom of a problem is one thing, but understanding the problem and why it occurs is that first step toward knowing how to solve it. A land is said to be waterlogged and when the soil porous within the root zone of the plant and get saturated and the normal growth of the oil plant is adversely affected due to insufficient air circulation. Waterlogging is a condition of land in which the soil profile is saturated with water either temporarily or permanent. In waterlogged land, the water table is used to an extent that soil porous in the crop root zone and saturated, resulting in the restriction of the normal circulation of air. This caused a decline in the level of oxygen and increase in the level of carbon dioxide generally. My dear boy, a condition is framed, suppose ground condition is. Here is a rich canal is running. Okay, here rich canal is running here, giving water. So one condition, water, if canal is online, water enter in the soil. I'm now in the condition water spread where he want to space. And sometime, my dear boy, if he want buried channel like this, like this, now water has spread at this end. Up here is water charging and camphor has been full. So what is the ground table position? The position of ground table is full of water because charging the canal up down. What is the condition? Now, my dear boy, here a position rise when a river, when this water has come on the top of earth and all soil root has been submerged on that. Now downstream level is also water level is high. So root will be die. Root will be die. Because root also needs some oxygen. When it is die, the plant will be useless. So water logging is a condition of land in which the soil profile is saturated with water either temporarily or permanent. In water-logged land, the water timetable issued to an extent that the soil pores in the crop root zone are saturated, missing in the restriction of the normal calculation of air. And this calculation of air, so this cause of a decline in the level of oxygen and the increase in the level of carbon dioxide generally. Now the water table located at or near the surface resulting in poorly drained soil and adversely affecting crop production. Area with water table within 2 meters below the ground surface are considered as the prone to water logging, and those with water table within 2 to 3 meters are considered to be at risk. So water logging can reduce the agriculture and economic value of land, causing yield reduction or at time total crop failure. Waterlogging is also a drainage problem. Categories of water level Each agricultural land can be various types categorized according to a cause, natural, that is, natural swamps and valley bottom. Second, human induced waterlogging, that is, through agriculture land, other activities, and permanence, the temporary whereby waterlogging takes a few days to several months. Permanent waterlogging, which occurs throughout the year. Source of water and rainfall mostly source of the excess water and directly rainfall and irrigated agriculture. So water logging caused by the water supplied for the irrigation and located on the agricultural land included cultivated land, others. Agricultural included outland land and other utilized land, that is built up area, urban area. Temporary water logging after figure, permanent water logging necessity a near rainstorm for groundwater contribution. So category of water logging in agricultural land can be of various types categorized according to a cause, okay, natural swamp and valley quarters and human reduct water logging, that is through agriculture and other activities performance. So temporary whenever water logging a new usage to several months. So permanent water logging which occurs throughout the year. Okay, clear? Permanent water logging which occurs throughout the year and source of water are rainfed, mostly source of exercise. So water is detect rainfall and irrigated agriculture, water logging caused by water supplied for the irrigation located on the agriculture land and including cultivated land, other tip land that is the built of the area, urban area. Now, cause of water logging is a drainage problem, and that result of high water inflow caused by rain runoff, interflow, rise in the groundwater. So, over irrigation or flooding, drainage problem can be caused by low water inflow due to low infiltration rate, low, low hydraulic conductivity, flat turnaround sac to outlet be restricted, outlet in the soil. So in irrigated agriculture, the agriculture soil be part of the cover all and design the implementation to avoid. ठीक है? Now, low hydraulic conductivity, flat terrain, back of outlet restricted, cultivate in the soil, and in irrigated agriculture, drainage should be part of the overall drainage and implementation to avoid problem of water logging. Water and logging can be used by natural condition for human induced activity as follows. Natural causes, topography. Topography of the watershed. The topography is slope, shape of drainage. Pattern has an appointment bearing on the drainage of watershed area that lie in valley bottoms, depression and other flat lowlands tend to uh, become waterlogged naturally at difference flow comes generate in those lowlands causing natural dams. This is cause of natural. Suppose a hill is like this. Now, area that is the valley bottom, depression and other flat lowland tend to become waterlogged naturally as surface. Now concentration in those lowland causing natural swamp. Suppose, my dear boy, this is the river or canal and it is irrigated here. So naturally it water some charge this item and it will be total safe in flow. Geology, some area have been impervious, so stratum below the top civil which observe the interaction of the rainfall and the create a rise water table or perched water table, also area with slow soil, high water table of the hard pond close to ground surface, the likely get waterlogged, particularly and it's subject to high rainfall. So see water area that respective. Receive heavy rainfall of the prolonged duration can be waterlogged temporarily or permanent. Soil type heavy clay soil such as black cotton soil are prone to waterlogged as they hold moisture for long serious area. Areas soil prone to surface seeding called temporary logging. A seepage and inflow from other seawater and bodies that is the Take River and the shallow aquifer can use water logging of adjacent land and also subsoil flow from the upper region to the lower region and the result is waterlogging. Human-induced causes of waterlogging. So human-induced cause of waterlogging in agriculture hand are usually associated with bad water management and water under irrigated or rainfed agriculture. For distance A, irrigation, if not well planned, means sources. This is because irrigation add extra water of the soil profile to over the move the naturally occurring on increased water logging. Over irrigation. Over irrigation and intrusive irrigation result in water logging and excess water from in irrigation and without proper drainage contributes a huge water table seepage from animals exercise, seepage from unlined animal, that is excessive seepage from the unlined canal system and water cause result in the rise of water table. So landing into water logging and land weight drainage in the creating area that loss from the canal system and water course continuously contribute to water table. Now, poor navigation manage poor irrigation and cropping management by the tributary. Obstruction of natural drainage, interruption natural drainage by the construction of canal and road, railway, water course, extra. Land locked purchase have no outlet, so water logging develop due to absence of the outlet to drain irrigation or rainwater. Suppose this area has full water due to rainfall. Here a rail line passing, here is other structure passing. So he will be log the water. Land locked purchase having no outlet. See, my dear boy, suppose this is the water and if this is the railway line and this is the express highway. Both have dike. Both have dike. So no water can movement entire this area. And this area can be developed the waterlogged. Landlocked perches having no outlet and waterlogged developed to be absence of outlet to drain excess irrigation in rainwater. Now rainfed system. Essential rainfall. Essential rainfall. Now rainfed system. Extensive plain abort from irrigation and in a major case of water logging when it is in the excess and the absence the acute drainage. So flat topography and flat terrain with the depressions led to water logging at disposal of excess. So water is delayed, resulting in increase. So percolation into the soil, occasionally spills by foods, occasional flooding of the countryside, and storm food water not quickly drained or give the sense to the water table. So this is the cause of water table. Now constitutional of the soil and water conservation structure on the contour can be impound too much water causing waterlogging. So this is the cause of water logging and how we will prevent. So we will discuss now. Waterlogging refer to the saturation of soil with water, and soil may be regarded as waterlogged when the water table of the groundwater is too high. The connectivity permit an anticipated activity like agriculture. In agriculture, various crops need air, especially oxygen, to a greater or lesser though in the soil. So waterlogging of the soil stop air getting in. And in this condition, it is the waterlogged condition has been same. Now, in agriculture, the various crop need air, especially oxygen, to a greater or lesser depth in the soil. Waterlogging of the soil stop air getting in. However, near the water, able must be the surface for the ground to be classed as the waterlogged and varies with the purpose in view, and a crop demand for freedom from waterlogging and may vary between region of the year as with the growing of rice, urja and sativa. In irrigated agricultural land, waterlogging is often accompanied by the soil salinity as water logged soil prevent leaching of the salt imported by the irrigated water. From a gardening point of a view, waterlogging is the process whereby the soil block of the water and it is the soil board, it is stop getting in and it is stop oxygen not getting in. What is the causes? Cause is the over irrigation. Canal irrigation in the area adjoining agriculture land wherever subsoil water table steadily rise and indicate training. So surface flooding, presence of high water table and during monsoon after some area remain totally submerged by the discharge of the river. During monsoon and soon after some area remain totally submerged by the discharge of river and accumulation runoff from the surrounding catchment and waterlogging conduction are also caused in depression along road, canal, railway and site during rainy season. See, water come to a particular area during high tidal. Water logging due to permanent submersion of land and such as point river X. So water logging from periodical submersion such as the coastal and historical land induction by soil. So water of runoff of reservoir over land, it temporary water logging by extinction of the water as fresh of heavy rainfall. Water logging by the coming out of water table to be surface and stampy area in value are mostly caused by the phenomena and water logging from artificial irrigation of agriculture land in the polders area. The channel built in the Nato, the Hashur Basin, and the eastern part of the Slinet, Mansing and Mols Bazaar also include. The Kaptai Lake in Chittagong and prevent flood plain of Ganga and Brahmaputra, Meghna, Tista, and other small river of the country. So horse bees, bores and other natural artificial pond. The coastal area of Chittagong, Cork, Arbazar, Nilkant, and Barsali and Sundarban also. Now problem due to waterlogging. It creates anaboric condition in the soil for which microbial activity is hampered. The availability of the nature nutrient element in the soil is reduced and the leaching loss is higher. Increase the soil pH is coastal and dry area, which is lead to salinity and alkalinity. So pollute soil water and favor excessive with growth. Construction of dam and embankment along the coast of restrict saline to enter the agriculture and land could be effective measure of reading the waterlogging and providing adequate number of the bridge and culvert along the road and the railroad highway across the canal or could be handy measure against waterlogging. So in case of waterlogging, the soil whose surface layer are saturated with the water is called as the waterlogged soil. The phenomena of the rising of water table is known as the waterlogging. Ministry of Water Resources estimated in 2001 that an area of 2,004 million hectare was suffering from the problem of water logging under irrigation command, and this accounts for nearly 4% of net area irrigated in the country. So out of this, an area of 1.4 million hectare was estimated to the suffering from surface water suggestion and 0.64 million hectare through used water table. Worldwide, about 10% of all irrigated land surface from the water logging. Now, an interrogated area, the said to be water logged. So, when the shallow of water table rise to such an extent that soil forces in the root zone of the crop so become saturated, resulting in the presentation of the normal circulation of the air in OT, O2 and CO2. When the surplus water is treated due to poor drainage. Now this is the root effect of the plant. Waterlogging reference in the saturation of soil with the water and soil may be regulated. Waterlogged when the water table of the ground to high a convenient permit and anticipated activity like agriculture. So in agriculture, various crops need air, specifically oxygen, to a greater or lesser and depth the soil. So water logging of the soil stop air getting in and how near the water table must be to surface for a ground to be clogged and waterlogged carry with the purpose a new. A crop demand for freedom from waterlogging may are vary between season of the near edge with the growing of rice. So in irrigated agriculture land, waterlogging is often accompanied by the soil salinity and waterlogged soil prevent so leaching of the salt imported by the irrigated of water. From a gardening point of view, so waterlogging in the process where the soil block of the water and set to the hard it stop here getting in the end of soft oxygen from the getting in. Now seepage of the water from the canal system. The main cause of the water logging in Pakistan is seepage of the water from the network of canal. So system 40 to 50% water is lost from the main canal and slips through the soil and rise the groundwater. In some cases, the water table has risen up to root zone or even surface soil. So poor surface runoff and slow of drainage, the soil surface of Pakistan is flat to surface runoff, poor and hence snow drainage. So result accumulation of the water on soil surface and move the water table under the influence of gravity. The water table has risen cause water logging. Interruption of surface runoff. So construction of irrigation network and housing colonies in the depth of natural drain and the interrupted surface runoff, resulting in, in accumulation water is rainy season and contribute toward the logging through seepage. Now rainfall. After heavy rainfall, water percolation down and the pores between soil particles under the action of gravity. What is percolation? So if tree and this is root, so you have seen so many root bars. There is a group or so many groups. They are sucking the water and slowly water also entered in the ground. So this is called percolation. So this is the what percolation and this is what is the flood. So flood water is sprayed on the surface of soil in plain due to inappropriate drainage system and this water percolate in the soil and rise water table cause water logging. So poor water management and sometimes farmer use their land and unscientifically and excessive irrigation and lack of adequate the drainage system and by breaking hard full of the canal bed. So then now thank you for taking interest in my class and I want to ask you some MCQ on this topic. So please. Now first question, a multi-purpose reservoir is the one which designed for one purpose but service more than one purpose. So what is the correct answer? So planned and constructed to serve. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer is B. A rain gauge should preferably to fix a nearline building under the tree. Then which is the correct answer? Correct answer is the C. And a repelling Gyan is a line. And what is the correct answer? So correct answer is A. Now, a hydroelectric scheme operating under head of a TM meter will be classified as, it is classified as, correct answer is C, high head scheme. A land is known as waterlogged when the permanent willing point patch. So what is the correct answer, my dear boy? The correct answer is C. The capillary range reaches the root zone of plant. And a heterograph is a graphical representation of rainfall intensity and time and rainfall depth and time. So discharge and time and cumulate rainfall and time. Which is correct answer? Correct answer is A. Rainfall intensity and time. And next question is 70% of the wetness means it means correct answer is the rain deficiency at 30%. A current meter is used to measure the correct answer is A, velocity of flow of water. And a deep well is always depends on shallow well. So what is correct answer? It is correct answer is B, has more discharge than a shallow well. And a divide valve provided, were provided. What is the correct answer? Correct answer is A, at the right single to the axis of wear. So this is the references And this is the references also reference book. This is the references book. And thank you for taking interest in my class. You are welcome in my next class.